the family then. So in the idea of rendering unto Caesar what is his and unto God what is his, which rights under the law should I exercise to protect my family? Anything you'd say about that? Specific.
What authority do I have to protect my faith?
My family.
I'm sorry, my family separately from Caesar?
Yeah.
Well, I think these are overlapping jurisdictions, honestly.
Yeah.
I think these are both, you might say, institutions that God has established at creation. Well, the family was established at creation. I think government was established for purposes of the fall. In some respects, it was. I think even in an unfallen world, you have to somebody decide, are we driving on the right side of the road or the left side of the road? So there is a need for order that a government would impose, even in an unfallen world. So it's not only but okay, both of these aren't special covenant institutions. They're creation covenant institutions, and they both have a legitimate jurisdiction here. So let's talk about who has final authority over a child. Is it the state or is it the family? What do you guys think?
Family.
A family, most of you think? Okay. What if a father is beating his child? Personally, I'm of the opinion the state has a right to say that's our citizen.
Yeah.
We are going to intervene. And I praise God for a nation where the state would care about the protection of children in that way.
Okay.
But what if the state comes along and says, you're not even allowed to discipline your children. You're not allowed to homeschool them. You're not allowed to teach them the gospel. Who has final authority then?
The family.
I think the parents.
Yeah.
In other words, friends, no authority on earth among humans is absolute. God alone has absolute authority. And he gives different institutions a little bit of authority for a time, for a purpose, and we got to stay in those lanes. It's easy to drive outside of those lanes. The government often does, parents sometimes do, churches sometimes do. We try to stay in our lanes. And when it comes to those areas of overlap, where, is it the parent or is it the government? Well, who finally decides? Well, we ask God for wisdom. And on the last day, Jesus is going to decide. And sometimes you might make the wrong decision and stand up to Caesar rightly. And Jesus is going to be like, good job, you should have done that. But you know what? There's going to be other times. I stood up to the government and it's 55 mile an hour speed limit. I showed them. Jesus might be like, yeah, probably should have obeyed.